Hi everyone, this is Carrie Cole with Side by Side Educational Consulting, where we work side by side with educators to improve outcomes for all kids. Today I want to expand on this idea of scaffolding. So we talked about what scaffolding was. It was a temporary support mechanism that we provide to kids to build towards success, and then we gradually remove those supports so that we can build towards independence. I want to expand on that a little bit and give you some examples that are outside the education world, and then think about how we would apply them in our world of education. So first, let's think what scaffolding is, for example, in construction or when you're building a house. So let's first think about scaffolding in the construction industry. When you think about scaffolding from that perspective, you'll see big, tall buildings that have scaffolding, actual scaffolding on them. And think about what that scaffolding is doing. That scaffolding is giving support to the structure because it cannot yet stand on its own. And then as that foundation gets built and is stronger, they're able to slowly take that scaffolding away, and usually they do it in parts. They don't just do it all at once. They're able to take that scaffolding away in parts, and eventually the building structure is able to stand on its own. It's the same way for kids. We're going to give them supports at the beginning and then gradually remove those supports so then they're able to stand on their own and do the task on their own. Let's think of another example that would be different than an education example. The other day I was teaching my little boy how to ride his bike. We had just taken off his training wheels and he was learning how to balance and ride his bike on his own. And I had a little aha moment. This idea that training wheels are a scaffold. So those training wheels were on his bike. They're providing him support to learn to ride his bike and get all of those skills in place. And when you think about what riding a bike entails, they have to be able to pedal. They've got to be able to steer. And pedaling is a really difficult task at first. So the training wheels are on there, the support is on there, the scaffold is on there, to give them support in balancing while they're learning those other skills. But we don't want to leave training wheels on there forever because they truly haven't learned how to ride their bike independently until those training wheels are off. So once they've mastered the skills of pedaling and steering and gained some confidence in that whole process, we're able to take those training wheels off so then we can add that next step, which is being able to balance on your own. But think about it. We don't just take the training wheels off and then say, go for it, you're ready to ride your bike now. We have to gradually release that responsibility of being able to balance on your own in order for them to be successful. So at the beginning of that process, if you're teaching a child how to ride a bike, you're running behind them, holding onto their seat. And at the beginning, you're holding on most of the time to help them to be able to balance. And as time goes on, you're going to let go a little bit more, but as soon as they begin to wobble, you hold back on. And then the beauty of that is, that idea of a gradual release of responsibility is that you're going to be able to let go for longer and longer amounts of time till eventually they're riding the bike completely on their own. Same thing goes for education. You've got to think about what the end product is going to be, what you want students to be able to do on their own, and what are the incremental steps that lead up to that, and how can you guide them through each of those steps and gradually release the responsibility for that. In our next video, we'll look at some more examples that are specific to education now that we understand truly what scaffolding is. So I hope you found that video helpful in thinking about how we expand on this idea of scaffolding. Be sure to give us a like if you did, and also subscribe to our channel. Again, we're releasing new videos every week. Thanks so much for watching.